Hello guys to a new video. Today will be interesting. I'm going to be trying out a little mic I bought. Yes, I know it's connected to my sunglasses and that's not the best spot, but we'll just see how this goes. Today will be my top 10 favorite darts of all time. I've looked through every Nerf line, everything that other companies have done, and I came up with my absolute favorite 10. But before we get to my top 10, we're going to be looking at some honorable mentions I have, which will be number 1. I have 2 honorable mentions. Number 1 is the old school suction cups. I just loved these things. When I was younger, this was my favorite. I loved using this thing so much. And I really have nothing more to say. They're just awesome darts. You shoot them, they stick to the wall sometimes. Usually you have to use your saliva to make them stick. And actually, in my basement, I have one of these guys that's been stuck on the ceiling for about 8 years now because I haven't touched it. And it's literally starting to corrode and fall apart because the dust has been eating away at it. Well, that's one of my honorable mentions. The other one is Boomco. Boomco missed out on the list just barely. Boomco is a very interesting round, and I love Boomco. I love the line. I love everything. The darts, I'm not a big fan of because they're a very squishy head and a very plastic shell. They're like straws. You can break them and fold them up, which I'm not going to do. I only have like 50 of these. And if you do that, they will be able to fire again. You could mold them back. They won't fire as well, but they will fire better than you squishing up a normal Nerf dart. Those are my 2 honorable mentions. Now, let's actually get to my top 10, shall we? At number 10. Alright, so at my actual number 10 will be a dart that people love, but I'm not a big fan of, and that will be the good old Rival Ball. And that might make a lot of people angry, but Rival is just not my favorite, because if you use a normal Rival blaster spring powered like this, the Rival Balls do go fast and do go far, but then they hit a point where they fade fast. And to be honest, I've never been hit by a Rival round that's just been fired by a weak blaster like this. The only time that Rival that I think is really useful, which is what I love about Rival, is when you just send a lot of rounds downrange at people, because this is scary. But even this has a max range. I've been able to stay out of that range. And yeah, Rival's cool because it brought pretty much miniguns to the Nerf hobby and just insane firepower, and that's what I like about Rival. But the round itself is just okay to me. I do like the newer round better, which is a little bit more accurate. Let me see. If you get close, you can see the difference. Focus. One has just little round holes. One is very stipply. And that's all I have to say about Rival. So let's move on to number. Now at number 9, this will make people even more furious that I put it above Rival. And it is Ultra. But not that Ultra. I'm talking about Ultra Whistlers. These really cool rounds, which I adore, because Ultra, I won't deny, is just completely inaccurate. And what's the difference between this one and a normal Ultra is it will scream. And I don't know how they do it, but they scream very loud, and I just love it. I don't care if they're inaccurate. I have plenty of rounds on this list that are just fun. And this is one of those rounds. I love the screaming sound. Like, in a battle, I would love to do a battle with just these, having rounds whistle by you, because they're not going to hit you. But That's pretty much all I have to say. I love the Whistlers. Sonic Whistlers, actually. Number 9 is Sonic Whistlers from Ultra. Say what you will, but they are fun. I think they're more fun than Rival. Alright, with that, let's move on to number 8. Number 8 is a very interesting dart that I am very split with. When it first came out, I loved it. And now, it just kind of disappoints me. It's still fun to use, but it's just not the same. And that is Mega. Mega is, all it is a bigger Nerf dart. And this was awesome. I still like these things. I like using bigger ammo types. It's just shooting a bigger round at people, and it's fun, and I enjoy it. But my issue was, I just thought it was still small for a line of Mega. That was my issue with it. And the blasters weren't that much bigger. Nothing was different. They shoot awful. These things are terrible. Like this, I don't know what you think about Ultra. This is not much better with accuracy. Yes, there's more accurate rounds, but you could say the same with Ultra. Mega is just bigger. That's all I liked about it. And I still think this is a great dart. I love Mega. Don't get me wrong. But with that, well, let's move on to number 7. Now we're getting to some interesting stuff I love. Coming in at number 7 is Ball. Specifically, Nerf's very first ball. Nerf's first ammo, actually. The ballistic ball. I love this thing. I love these balls. They're expensive, and I probably lost half of them doing that. But I love the ballistic balls. The thing is, they are not useful at all, because I do have a modified blaster that fires these very well, but all they do is max range is 30 feet, and you'll never hit anything in 30 feet. The max range for a ballistic ball is probably 5 feet. If you're not in that range, it's just going to float and fall. That's all it does. But I love them. I love using these things. I love tagging people out with these balls. They're just awesome. I love these things. One time where I was running around with my rip saw. I have a motor powered rip saw, so it just fires balls faster. I ran around and I turned the corner and fired it really fast, and I got 3 people out with that thing, and nothing will ever match that with me. I love that. I love doing that. These things just impress me. I have fun with them. They're probably they are the funnest round I have on this list. They're fun to use. Shame they're really hard to get now, but ballistic balls always hold a place in my heart. With that, let's move on to number 6, shall we? Well, good news. I found all my ballistic balls. They're hard to get. I only own 26 of them, which is a lot, but I do not like you losing them. Now, where were we? Number 6. Number 6 is just the good old full length. Nothing more to say. This is the best full length so far. The Chili, which I think they're really good. I like them. Normal elite darts are just terrible. This is a great step up, and this is what I would use. And I still use full-length blasters. I still have fun with full-length blasters. Are they less accurate? Yes. Does that make that any less fun? And the thing is, there's still not enough people using, at my big wars that I go to, there's still not enough people using half darts for me to give up on full lengths, because yes, my main is a half length blaster, but if you take a look, My sidearms, right here, which I have 4 of. Don't ask me why I have so many pistols on me. I like pistols. When I'm at Fort Borst, this is still my go-to. Usually this is out longer than my main is, because I'll run out of half darts, and half darts are harder to find. That's the difference. And there's just more full lengths on the field. And that's why full lengths are still here. And that's just a go-to. They're awesome. Nothing wrong with them, a little just not as accurate. That's the only difference between them and half darts. Now, with that, let's get on to number 5, shall we? Now here at number 5 is another forgotten round from the past, which Nerf really should have done more with it. It is Vortex. If you don't know what Vortex is, it's just a little disc that shoots. It shoots decent, it shoots somewhat straight, and it just flies through the air. And it's the best thing to ricochet off of. You can send this thing tree to tree. They're awesome little discs. And really, Nerf did not do enough with Vortex before Vortex was gone. I mean, I have some of the best Vortex blasters from the line, and the discs are just fun to use. The only issue with them is they jam sometimes. I have a few blasters that jam a lot, but that's not because of the disc itself. It's because of the blaster and it's being old. And these things, if people use these still, and there's a lot of them on the field, I would use this all the time. This would probably be one of my main go-tos. But just how it is now, they're almost gone. There's not people using them. Usually when I take the field, I'm the only person who uses Vortex. At Fort Borst, I've seen a handful of people use them with me now and then. It's just not around that's not used. It's still appreciated. I feel like Vortex can still be today. Nerf, well, they won't bring it back, but they could do something. I know they brought back it somewhat with a re-release, and it was just 3 blasters with a paint job. That was it. They really should do more with Vortex. It shined bright, but its light went out even faster. Now with that, let's get on to number 4. 4, we have Vortex. These little discs. But not this type of disc. That was number 5. Number 4 is Vortex Spin Fire Rings, which was back in the 90s, which is this rubber band looking thing. It's squishy. And yes, this is a Nerf round. This thing flies through the air, and it flies just like this, just straight through. It's insanely accurate. It goes really far. It's just very slow. But this thing, it does not get better than seeing this thing fly through the air. And it is Nerf, because this is how it fires. Load one in its little chamber in the front, pull its little prime back, and then fire. I do have issues with this round, which are it jams. It jams a lot. I own only 3 of these, and only one of them actually fires a moderate amount of times without jamming. But why are they so high? Is because, like I said, just seeing these things fly through the air is just awesome. I've taken this to Fort Borst and brought it with my only one of these, and I have so much fun with it. I love using it. These things are just insanely cool to see flying through the air, and Nerf really couldn't do much with this. I mean, I don't know what you could really do much with this guy right here. But yeah, it was just an awesome round. And it's thicker at the front and thinner in the back section. So it is different than a normal rubber band. And yeah, just seeing this thing fly at you is just awesome. Just seeing these things fly in general, amazing. Now with that incredibly weird round, let's get on to number 3. Now, at number 3, is rockets. It's a massive category, I know, but just rockets in general. I love rockets. Any sort of rockets, these little ones are not great, but any rocket at all. I like rockets. I like rockets a lot. I don't think there's a better round that's massive that you can use. Well, there is one better, I think. A massive rocket is just awesome to use. It's just fun. Anything from the Titan rocket, yes, the tip broke off, so I replaced it. It's just fun. As long as you have enough air pressure, these are fun to use. The old school, this is from the 1995 crossbow, the blazing bow, the demolisher rocket. All of them are just fun rounds to use and shoot. As long as you have rockets, they're awesome. I even have these Whistler rockets that I picked up at Goodwill. They were selling for $1 came with a pump thing, and I bought 20 of them. I bought 20 of them. And now I only have a few left because I modified these. These I've glued to almost perfection so they can take a lot of air pressure. And rockets are just awesome. Like, you can't go wrong with a rocket. Like, come on. Having a rocket being shot at you, it's just scary. And who doesn't like scary? Now with that, let's move on to the final two. Coming in at number 2 is probably the perfect dart in Nerf, which is the half dart. Half darts, if you just want to be accurate and you want to get power out of it, the half dart is the way to go. It does not get better than the half dart. They're just incredibly accurate. And at Fort Forest, if you want to hit something, that's what you use. That's just how it works. Half dart is just perfect. You can't get more accurate. Even with my main, when I use it, it fires half darts. It gets more tags than my pistols do, even knowing I'm probably firing less rounds in my main, because half darts are just that good. They're just that accurate, they are just insane. And it's a good thing Nerf finally, Nerf actually have made their own half darts. It's been a long time waiting, and it's finally good it's happened. Now, with that said, what could possibly be number 1? What could possibly beat the perfect dart in Nerf? Well, in my opinion, which is all these are my opinion, if you can't tell, number 1 is the perfected version of the Mega, which is the Mega XL. This is my favorite ammo. I have worked to bring this thing into actual battle. I own a ton of these. I own slightly over 100 of these now, and I just love them. And no reason at all, just because they are big, and they're the big I was looking for that Mega could not give me. Mega XL is my favorite round, and I have no reason else but because it's big. I just love this thing. That blaster back there is my 7-foot Mega XL rifle. 2-fire Mega XL. It's the only reason I build stuff. All my latest builds have been for this round. It's not accurate. It's just fun, and I love fun, and this is my favorite round to use. I love Mega XL. That's all I have to say to it. Am I biased? Probably. I don't know. Mega XL, I just love. I have nothing else to say. I love it because it's a big round that I wanted and I was looking for, and I am so happy it got made. And thanks for watching, guys. And in the comments, tell me how the mic is. Should I keep it? Should I get rid of it? I think it's a little better. Not much, but I think it's a little better.